What is going on, everyone? My name is Northy, and here it is. We've got the entire Teamcoach 2025 release here to look through. This is not going to have any packs in it, unfortunately, but it looks like not too long from now, we will be seeing packs sometime soon. Obviously, it is a really big time. In a couple of days, we get footy stars, so it's a crazy time, but hopefully I'll be able to keep you guys involved with all that. But today we are obviously looking through what this year's release of Teamcoach has in store for us. If you haven't been paying attention over on Instagram, this has been something that has been coming through every single day. I did something for a YouTube short for you guys, and hopefully this video will put everything in depth and give you guys my full opinions on this year's release. I'm gonna come out with a later video as well where I discuss my goals, what I want to do on the channel throughout the year, how I want to keep updating you guys with all that, but we will get to that in a different time. We are simply going through what we've got here today, but I want to quickly let you guys know to leave a like on the video if you enjoy it, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Everything is always very much appreciated. Go follow my new podcast, Zero Access Footy. Would be fantastic to see you guys over there. And without further ado, let's go have a look at this year's new Teamcoach 2025 release. All right, here we are. We've got the first one. I believe I showed this on the YouTube short. This is what the pack is looking like. I will try and pause it at the right time. Well, bang. Hopefully that stops. Yes, it is. Cool. This is the pack. It is light blue. I had mentioned very early in the year that it had been leaked through one of my Discord users, or one of the people in my Discord, Geelong guy. So shout out to you. I believe it's Genetically Footy on YouTube. He had found a Auskick ad that kind of had a sneak peek of the card and the pack itself. You can see there, 25-year celebration. Don't think there is anything 25-year like celebratory within the pack, which is quite strange, but nonetheless, it is a very nice color, and we had picked it out quite early on, so good to see that we have made ourselves useful throughout the preseason. But this is what the commons are looking like. This is the other one that I showed everyone through the short. You can see a few of them here. I'll pause that. Decent looking design. It is a bit interesting. A lot of people are a bit skew-if on it. They're not the same page. The design is very strange. They're kind of asymmetrical almost. It's not quite symmetrical, but it's got similarities to it. You can see the J's and the I don't know how to describe this, but we'll say the J's. You can see they kind of go around rather than go over the entire thing. Very interesting common design. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but nonetheless, will be a fun thing to see to start the year off once Teamcoach comes around. Let's have a look at the next one, though. This is what the box is looking like. You would have seen it in... Oh, this is a little AI thing they did where they pretended it was a cake, but if you guys are interested in joining a competition, feel free to go to Instagram. They are trying to give away a box, and this is what the box is looking like. It's looking very cool. You can see in there was a bunch of like hidden designs. They haven't hidden them quite well, but you can see for the most part that they tried to hide it. There's nothing too crazy though, and the box in itself is going to be something we see a lot throughout the year. You can see though, next up are the silvers. You can see a pretty okay design. I know in the past silvers have been quite lazy, but I think they're okay. I'm not sure how to feel about it. They're pretty similar to the gold design in that there's no faded out background of the player playing like I think the old silvers were. I can't remember exactly. If I can find a silver around me somewhere, I don't think I'm going to be able to find one. No. It was a bit of a guess, but hey, it's all right. The silvers though, they look good. Although we will probably get over them very quickly, as it usually goes with me and the amount of packs that I open. Silvers kind of get tossed to the side, but it's okay. And then this is going to be this year's gold design, or gold version. So we've got ourselves holographic blue cards. So not too bad. I actually like the look of them. I think they are much better than the look of the gold. So we've got an improvement at least to start ourselves off. They are 1 in 7 packs. And I think that, yeah, 198. There are 198 holographic blue cards to collect. So I think that's a pretty good addition, or even change up, because it's not really an addition, but it does look a lot better than its previous predecessor, and golds weren't too bad either. So I don't know if I'll complete this set. If I do, that's fantastic, but this is going to be a tough set to complete, as it always is. Next up, we got to look at the album. In the album, you've got your usuals. You've got the normal album that we've got. The Swaps box, I believe it used to be called something else, but Swaps box is what they're going with this year. The little pocket booklet. This one we also had last year, and we've got the game booklet with looks like a holographic or 3D mascot card, something like that. Yeah, mascot flip card, so could be interesting there. And then 2 posters. It's looking like, or 3 posters even, that you can stick these Scanlens on. They did something similar last year. They've done something again this year for it with 90 different cards that we're going to go through. It's not too crazy. I'm not too stressed about it. At the end of the day, I purely use the albums just to store cards. So that's kind of what it'll end up being. I like the look of the blue. Makes everything feel, I guess, old school. And that kind of feels like what they've gone for in the 25th anniversary year, because there's a few throwback cards, which are pretty cool. Next up, the best and fairest cards. These are looking really, really nice. I like the indentation of the best and fairest. It looks like it's on the right side of the card. It says best and fairest, and it's kind of popped out of the card, which is looking very, very nice. And much like that, you get a look at the gold ones here. And gold looks fantastic. I love the look of the player in the background. I think it makes it look really, really nice. I am really, really keen to get this collection completed, because it is another one in every 40 packs. We completed it last year. We've got a bunch of spares from last year's release, so I don't know how I'm going to get rid of those. Maybe sell them, maybe give them away. We'll see what happens. But yeah, got a lot of these gold best and fairests to collect. And of course, it's always good fun. Next up, we move to, this is the regular Scanlen's tribute cards, which I think I had mentioned on my Instagram. Of course, be sure to follow me on Instagram at NorthyAFL. But on the Instagram, I had mentioned that I think this is one of the better looking designs they've ever had. I think last year's felt kind of strange or kind of plain, not too crazy. This feels like there's a bit of structure to it. This feels quite nice. Feels like it's completely filled out in a good way, I think, compared to the first year. I know the first year around although the design was probably the most plain looking, it got the most excitement because it was the first time we'd seen Scanlen's back in a good while. This is a 3rd year we have seen Scanlen's, and it is throwing it back to 1968A. Which seems to be the first set of Scanlen's cards, I imagine, is what the A means. But there's 72 of them compared to, I believe it was 90 of them previously. I think there was 90, but yeah, 72 of them, which are going to be used on that poster you see in the background. And they are, much like last year, the pop-out ones. So they will get old. They are 1 in every pack, but it's okay. It's more than fine. I am quite excited to complete that collection once again. And hopefully it looks really, really nice all stuck together. I really hope so. But much like the tribute cards we had last year, we've also got the case hit version in this one here. You can see no pop out and the foil in the top right. So that is going to be a case hit, and I think they look a bit better. Like I said, they look better than last year's. These actually numbered 1 in 432. So I think they are a bit higher than a case hit, if not, because I think, if I remember, cases have 12 boxes, so it is a case hit. But nonetheless, with this case hit card, it is much similar to last year's. I'm really, really liking the look of it. I don't see it being a crazy collection that anyone's going to be too excited about, because it is quite similar to last year's. But yeah, I am quite happy with the look of Scanlen's this year. But we move on to probably the most exciting part for me, the wild cards this year. Now, they have lost Grange as a designer, so that was one thing I was really interested to see and how they'd replace him, and I like what they've done this year. We've got ourselves first, this is the Star Wildcard, so obviously some of the best players on every team. We've got Nick Larkey I saw in there. I saw Zach Merritt, Jesse Hogan in there as well. It looks like Shea Bolton is already in the Fremantle colours in this one. Yeah, Shea Bolton's already got the Fremantle look, which is really, really interesting that they've gone with him straight away for Fremantle. I'm not sure how if I've ever seen that. Can't remember. I really can't remember the last time I've seen that. I'm trying to think, like, if they've got Tom Barrass in one of them for Hawthorn, that would be interesting. It's like if instead of James Sicily for Hawthorn here, they put Tom Barrass in instead. So I guess that's a little interesting tidbit, but nonetheless, we've got ourselves the Star Wildcards, and they look very nice. Again, going to be exciting to collect those. And then next up, we've got ourselves the Rookie Wildcards. We have ourselves our first Harley Reid cards from Teamcoach, which is going to be exciting. Some really, really good players in this one. We've got ourselves Nate Caddy, I saw Nick Watson, I know Colby McKercher, Harley Reid being the big one, of course. We've got ourselves Caleb Windsor, oh man, it's going too fast. I saw Lawson Humphreys in there. Yeah, Caleb Windsor's done all right. Who else in here? Darcy Wilson, I think I mentioned, Harley Reid and Riley Sanders. So lots of really exciting players. I think the rookie wildcards are looking great. The big change is that Mark Knight has taken the rookie wildcard this year. I know that in previous years, the rookie wildcard has looked a lot more serious. This has more of a cartoonish style to it. So, interesting change up for rookie wildcards this year. I am very enticed to see how the response goes to the rookie wildcards in hand. Next though, we move to the Magic wildcards, and these can always be some of the best ones. We've got Jamie Cooper back on this one, of course. We love this. Let's have a look at the players. I saw Bobby Hill, Nick Martin, Caleb Sarong, Tom Stewart, Mac Andrews, Sam Taylor, Jack Ginnivan. Van Rooyen gets himself a Magic wildcard, which is quite cool because I remember getting his rookie wildcard not long ago. Shees is a big one. That's going to be fun. Willie Rioli, Jacob Hopper, Nasai gets one. I think I had Will Hayward, Jake Waterman, and Jesus, look at that face. That is probably one of the scariest looking cards I have ever seen. Good luck to whoever pulls a Jake Waterman, because that is a scary card. And then finally Jamara in there as well. Oh man, it is an interesting little set with Magic wildcards, because sometimes they hit, sometimes they miss. With the Magic wildcards, they don't have the best player on it, but they have a pretty good one. Harry Sheezel, though, arguably the best player for North. We'll debate that another day. Have to tune into the podcast for that. Next up, though, is one of my favorite ones. Look at this. The Sculpture wildcard is new to 2025. Oh my god, am I excited for this. This is going to be amazing. A few people in the comments, Cardi's scorecard as well. Those guys have mentioned the nostalgia, and yes, this is one of those throwback ones. This is probably the one that I'm most excited to get a look at in person. For a bit of a background story as to how this channel even started, I opened myself up I think a 2013 or 2014 box of Teamcoach. And from there, I fell in love with it again. I pulled a Todd Goldstein North Melbourne wildcard. I think it was the Star wildcard, and it looked exactly like this. Sculpture wildcards, man, they look sick. But we know that the silvers are 1 in 36 packs, so they are 1 in every box. You are always going to get a wildcard, not a sculpture wildcard in particular, but you will always get a wildcard. And golds, you will get 1 in every 3 packs. So very interesting again. I'm not too certain whether that 36 packs, 1 in 36 means we're going to get 1 in every box alongside a normal wildcard. I don't think that's what it means. I think it is alongside the rest of the wildcards. There's only 1 in every box. So there is the chance that you don't get this in a box, much like any year with wildcards, but nonetheless, a really, really exciting time. Especially as I guess when I was younger, when I was a really avid, just collector, not even YouTuber. I was an avid collector. This was my wild card. I loved this. I loved this so much. Next up, one of the most exciting looking sets is Star Powers. Star Powers somehow, every single year, looks like it's been upgraded. This is what the silver looks like, and before you had seen the Team Star Powers, these look amazing. I think they have somehow upgraded again. All thanks to Tyson Beck, man. Tyson Beck has been phenomenal for Teamcoach since he's jumped in, and they look fantastic. I really, really am excited to complete this collection. I think they look amazing next to each other. I think they really, really shine when they are bulked together as a group. So I'm really excited to see how it looks all together. I think it looks complete. It looks complete. And I don't know how they could possibly get any better than this at this point. Star Powers has been one of the most popular sets since Teamcoach introduced it. And I mean, good reason. I think the mixture of the way Teamcoach has gone about it, Tyson Beck's designs, it feels like my favorite all-time set now. Star Powers seems to keep getting better over and over again. I'm so excited to get a look at these. These are awesome, man. Next up, we've got the gold Cardcrafts. This is what they're looking like. Wow, there's a lot going on with the gold and silver Cardcrafts this year. Those are the regular team ones. We don't have any Majestics for this one, but they both have a similar design this year. This obviously means Majestic Cardcraft comes back this year, and I didn't manage to get one outside of the Paddy Crips I got at the start of last year, so do I have it in me to somehow pull a gold Majestic again this year? It's going to be a tough one, for sure. I definitely want to pull Sheezel. There is no way in hell I am going to not allow that to happen. I am getting a Sheezel this year. Just, it has to happen. It has to happen, but overall, really, really nice design. I'll tell you what, it's getting hard. It's getting hard for Cardcraft to continue to top itself. I think it has gotten better this year, but man, it's going to be harder and harder every year to somehow complete this collection. It's going to keep being difficult, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, man. But yeah, really liking the look of it this year. And before I leave this one, 1 in 864 packs, so same odds. We are looking at 2 case hit. We're not going to see one in every case, but every second case you'll find one. Next up, a new interesting release. We've got Generational Legends. Now, this one has actually like kind of divided the people who have been looking at all these because they are quite an interesting addition. So the Team Generational Legends cards, so the non-gold ones you can see there with the Petty Crips, is 1 in 60, so a little under 2 boxes. Not sure how I'm going to go with collecting it this year, and I'm not sure how you would feel as a collector if you were to pull that instead of a gold Cardcraft. I don't know. It'll have to be decided, I guess, during the year, but the gold is the same odds as a gold Cardcraft, so maybe this is going to be the one that you could get in a case instead of the Cardcraft, because I know a lot of people would have had problems with having a case that doesn't have a double case hit or not getting that gold Cardcraft last year, so maybe it's going to be one of those sets that even it out, right? So you either get a gold Cardcraft or a gold Generational Legends in your case. I'm not sure how that's going to go, although I am very interested in completing this collection. It looks really, really cool, and the next set after that has some more players. So you saw Max Gorn, Tex Walker, and Zach Merritt, so some pretty good players, absolutely. And we've got some interesting designs for sure. They are all quite similar, but the artwork itself is really, really cool. Hopefully, I'll be able to complete this one, or at least get some progress, and be able to decide in person whether this set is worth it. It kind of has the same texture. If you remember the canvas cards from a couple years ago, those cards look to be very similar texture to these Generational Legends cards. That's going to be a tongue twister throughout the year, I can already tell. But nonetheless, we move to the Fantasy Forecast. This is another attempt at a game mode, and I don't know how it's going to go. I'm not too sure yet. We've got 90 cards featuring the top 5 AFL fantasy scorers per team. So you can see Trelawn's in there. We've got Dacos, of course. You can see we've got Jeremy McGovern. We've got Darcy Parish, Josh Dunkley. And the way you use these cards is you scan the QR code on it. I think it looks to be on the front of the card. And enter this unique 6-digit code on the website. And then if you predict the player's fantasy score and game day stats, you win a team set, which is a lot harder than you would think, man. This is going to be a really, really difficult one to pay off because, man, that is not easy. That is really not easy. At least with Top 10, you can kind of get an idea as to how certain players are going. You can make a few mistakes here and there and still win a prize card. This is one of those ones where you have to be spot on. I guess the good thing about it is that there's a lot of chances to get guys right. Maybe there are some weeks where you just hit 0. I hope there's a way that you can get around that. So, for example, if you can see Jeremy McGovern there, if he gets injured and I would have guessed 0 and he doesn't play, would I still win? So I hope they have a way of getting around that. I'd imagine they do, but we'll see how it goes. If you manage to get your team or your player's fantasy score right, you get a common parallel foil team set of that team, limited to 115 per team. It is not numbered, but it is an interesting new set, and I'm very interested to see how this turns out. This is one of those interesting ones where there's one in every pack, so you will be able to complete the collection, I'd imagine, very quickly. I just don't know how we're going to keep doing this every single time. We've now got a Scanlen's, a Fantasy Forecast, and a Silver in every single pack, alongside the random insert. And then what? 5 commons? This feels out of control now. Obviously we had 2 silvers last year, and we had only the 5 commons as well, but now there's another set to add on top. There's so many things now in every pack. I don't know if Teamcoach imagined they'd have to get to this point when they first began or first turned the decade into 2020, but here we are. They have to keep doing more and more, and this is their next thing. Next up, and not finally, however, we've got the trophy wildcards here. You can see a few of them. Very similar design that we're very used to. Again, Tyson Beck comes in with the goods. It's going to be interesting to see if it still hits as well as it has in previous years. But man, this is an exciting looking set as per usual. Of course, silver trophy wildcards are one in every case. And then gold trophy wildcards are 1 in every 10 cases. It continues, man. It continues to be a really, really tough set to find. Thankfully, as the year goes on, I found that trophy wildcards start to decrease in price, which is great because if you're trying to complete that collection, then it's very, very nice indeed. But obviously golds, they're tough. They're very tough to pull. And I think it's going to be another year with the prices kind of dip again because they are quite similar. Obviously, you'll see as it goes through all the players here, you can see a lot of Brisbane. We've got some North, Nick Dacos, Harley Reid, Bont, Butters, and Merritt. So a lot of players here. Here we go. This is probably a better look. You can see all of the players. I believe there's 12 in it this time around. Oh man, this is going to be a tough set to obviously complete, as it always is. And I'm hopeful I pull that Sheasel, man. I want to pull that Sheasel. I didn't pull it last year. I've got another chance. We're going to pull the Sheasel. We're going to do it, man. And then finally, it does kind of end on a sad note, at least personally. We've got the Footy Flicks. This one's back, but in a very interesting way. This one is AR Footy Flicks. So, alternate or augmented reality, sorry, is basically what you can use your phone for. If you remember Pokemon Go back in the day, that's man. If people think I am old for knowing Pokemon Go, that's insane. But we've got 18 different cards. Scan them and watch some of your favorite players come alive. So at least that's kind of cool. Save and share pictures and video, interact directly with them, and there's 1 in every 9 packs. So this is kind of the odd bods. I guess that's the one thing I didn't realize. Odd bods are gone. That makes me really happy. That makes me really, really happy. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was actually kind of sad when I saw these Footy Flicks cards, but I'm like, wait a minute. They replace odd bods. How bloody good. I'm so happy with that. So yeah, not bad at all. And then finally, this is the last thing they put out. This is a checklist. Check back tomorrow. We've got a massive website announcement you won't want to miss. So I will hopefully be able to show the website and do my first round review as we've done previously in previous years for the Teamcoach season. I believe for the beginning of the season, especially since opening round is now a thing, they give you access to all the cards to use because obviously they're not going to be out in stores for everyone just yet. So they want to give everyone an equal chance from the get-go. I'm excited though. I can't wait to see what the website looks like. In fact, maybe it's up. If it's up, no, it's not up yet. That's a shame. It should be up very, very soon though. Excited for sure. But yes, we've got ourselves, hopefully it'll show me in a second, the checklist. So all the comments here, all the prize cards. So I guess the ones I'm looking for: North, Lucky, Wardlaw, and Fantasy Favorites prize card team sets. I want to get the North one if I can possibly do so. That would be fantastic. All right, what else have we got? This will show off all the other inserts. You'll see the star powers across the top. Mosquito is one of them. Titans, Explosive. What the hell does that say? Elite and Emerging. And we've got Cardcraft, Footy Flicks, Best and Fairest, Fantasy Forecast, all the Scanlens, the Generational Legends, and for North, we've got Nick Lucky, fantastic, Magic, Star, Rookie, Sculpture, and Trophies. So it does look a little empty here. There actually is a fair bit, considering we didn't expect to see odd bods back, or I was hoping odd bods wouldn't come back. I did hope we'd do something with the 25th anniversary, although it looks like all they've really done is bring the Sculpture wildcards back. I'm just looking at all of this. It's the only thing that really feels like a throwback. But nonetheless, yeah, that is what we've got for Teamcoach in 2025. And I'm excited. I'm excited to open them up as per usual. I know you guys are excited along with me, and hopefully you will join me on the journey of Teamcoach this year. Man, this has been a long video, but hopefully you guys are able to sit through and get excited alongside myself for the new season of Teamcoach cards. So hopefully you guys are excited and are ready to start collecting along with me. And if you are just as excited, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. Teamcoach videos will be happening from day one. I'll be doing as much as I can to keep you guys updated and involved in everything that I do on this channel. So hopefully you guys are keen as a bean. But nonetheless, thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope to see you all very, very soon. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.